When I was doing my BTech in college, there used to be like these big companies coming in and asking us for DSA, OPS, and a bunch of these traditional things. I spoke to a bunch of my juniors who were doing the same degree in the same college, and turns out the kind of questions that they used to ask me are no longer relevant. They're asking completely different questions. They expect engineers to randomly know about all the latest AI tools. They expect engineers to know everything about vibe coding. They expect engineers to know about debugging and AI red teaming. And the irony is that forget engineers, their professors themselves do not know any of these things. How do you expect engineers and people in general to evolve so quickly when the institutions that were responsible to upskill these people are completely clueless? At that point, when in 2016 I was doing my BTech, SaaS was a very hot keyword, which is software as a service. Now we're entering a new era of agents as a service. Shukre, they don't call it, they have a new name for it. It's called AGAAS, which is agents as a service. But the question is that how do you become eligible for this AGAAS? And how do you make sure that you are prepared for this new wave? So we've been observing a bunch of different patterns. And the crazy part is that even though AI is becoming really good, the rate at which it is getting adopted is super slow. So there is an adoption gap. You have AI tools becoming really amazing, but most companies are not willing to adopt them. So what we've done here is that we've created a very brief demo of some interesting AI tools that can help you plan your career. In fact, a bunch of new observations that we've taken across different AI releases so that you have the right information and the right guidance from day one itself. So without further ado, let's get started. So before we move ahead, I'd like to thank the sponsor of today's video, Simplilearn. If you're a beginner who wants to learn from experts, then you have to check out Simplilearn. They are providing professional certificate programs in generative AI, machine learning, and intelligent automation. This 11th-month live and interactive online certificate program by IHFC, the Technology Innovation Hub of IIT Delhi, is powered by Simplilearn in collaboration with Microsoft. The course progresses from foundational topics such as a Python refresher and applied data science to advanced subjects like machine learning and deep learning. You will get hands-on experience with over 20 industry standard tools, including TensorFlow, LangChain, ChatGPT, Hugging Face, and a lot more. It all wraps up with an end-to-end capstone project where you will solve a real-world business problem with your mentors under expert guidance. You will also get a program completion certificate from IHFC TIH of IIT Delhi. The cohorts are starting soon, so make sure you check them out by going to the link in description. We have one of our instructors at the Cutting Edge Academy that will show you how you can use the top agentic AI tools available on the planet to get a personalized career roadmap to get your dream job. So Rohak, the stage is all yours.
Thank you, Ansh. Today, I'll be showing you how you can use these agents to create a career roadmap for your dream job and even find relevant resources to learn from. I'll also show you how you can use these agents to find relevant people on LinkedIn. So let's get started. So we will be running 4 applications in parallel for this. One is Gemini Deep Research, second is Claude Cowork, third one is Manus, and the fourth one is Perplexity Computer. And we'll see which model performs the best. And I have created this prompt with the help of AI in which we have given job description, along with which I have also given the research objectives. And then at the end, I said that use the Apollo for finding the contact details. For those who don't know, Apollo is a public database in which you can find multiple emails or LinkedIn profiles of different people. And this is available as an external connection in all the agentic platforms. So along with this, I'll be also uploading a sample resume so that it can predict the outcome, create a roadmap, and even give me the learning resources. So let's get started. I've copied this prompt. I'll now go to my Gemini. I'll select Deep Research, paste this prompt, and then along with this, I'll also upload my resume. And then I'll click on Send. Now the same goes for our Perplexity Computer, in which I'll paste the same prompt and upload the same resume. Now, going back to our Cowork, I'll paste the same prompt and the same resume. Instead of Opus 4.6, let's use Sonnet 4.6. Now you can see on the right side, it's using the Apollo connector. So if I go to left navigation bar, click Customize, you can see inside Claude Cowork, I get option to select my connectors. Inside my connectors, I can click on Browse Connectors and then search for any other application like Apollo. And all I have to do is enter my API key, which I can directly get from my Apollo account. You need to have a basic plan for Apollo, but similarly, I'm doing it in Cowork. You can go to your Manus account and then go to Settings. And from this, you can see you get an option from the prompt box to connect apps. And you can see that we have our Apollo toggled on. But you can simply click on Add Connectors and then search for Apollo. You can even add custom MCP for which the direct integration is not available. So if I go to Apollo, it says it cannot find it because it's already connected, but all you have to do is paste the same API key like we were doing in Cowork. And the same goes for Perplexity. But in Gemini Deep Research, you cannot connect your Apollo account. So while writing your prompt, because I said that I need to use Apollo, it's very important for me to have Apollo set up before this. And then after this, I'll go to Manus and paste the same prompt and upload the same PDF. So going back to our Gemini Deep Research, you can see that it has created a plan for itself to do the research and then work on it. Let's approve this plan first. So you might be wondering what is the difference between Gemini Deep Research and all of these models. The main difference is their agentic capability. As soon as the model leaves its own chat feature and then goes to external application or can even do the web research, it is considered as an agentic model. Now Gemini can do the web research, it can go to some websites, so it's partially agentic. But these models can go to Apollo or Gmail or can be connected to any other third-party application, bring in data from there, make changes to it, and even take control of your own system. Which is why we are now moving to the agentic system, because it's like having an army of your digital employees to which you can assign your work and then they'll do it for you by accessing your system or external resources. So our Gemini is now working. Going to our Perplexity, we can see that Perplexity itself is using Claude Sonnet 4.6. This is the ability of Perplexity to use different models while executing a task. Now let's see what our Cowork is working on. It says that it has identified the resume. It is for Apple ML engineer at Hyderabad because this is our job description. On the right side, it has created a progress sheet for itself in which it has assigned the to-do list for itself. If I show you in the context, it's using Apollo. This is one of the model available out there for finding the LinkedIn as well as emails. And same goes for our Manus. Manus is also doing the research, finding the role of the company and much more. Now let's wait for these models to complete their executions and then we'll compare the output. And now you can see that Manus is done editing. It has created this Apple ML Engineer research document, or let's say it's a HTML file. If I expand this in the full window, this is the report that it has generated. It has included report content, job role overview, core responsibilities, key requirements, and now it has started the report, which is top 5 ML engineer profiles to study. It has found their email, their LinkedIn, their website, and even their GitHub. If you are applying for an AI/ML role, you know how important this GitHub role is. You have expertise areas, key achievements, you have rank 1, rank 2, rank 3. It's a pretty detailed document in the HTML format. You also have Andhik Kapathi, who has been working in the AI space for a long time now. He has been a former director of Tesla and even the founding member of OpenAI. So you have also got the LinkedIn as well as the GitHub repository of Andhik Kapathi, in which he keeps publishing the open source code which you can take reference from. You also have Apple ML team members, in which you have following names. You also have access to their profile. If you click on this, you'll be redirected to the LinkedIn profile. And you can see that it has opened the correct LinkedIn page. Going back to our report, you can see you have referral strategy. And that's it for our report from Manus. This was generated based on our prompt. It was able to go to Apollo, do the web research, do the in-detail analysis of your job description by the PDF from your resume, and then give you this detailed report. And in the same report, it has also added this best learning resources which you can take reference from. You have top related courses. It has also included a link for it, deep learning AI courses, Udacity ML Engineer Nano degree, which is very important if you are doing an AI engineer course. Now along with this, Cowork has also generated the HTML report for us. If I click on this and open this on Google Chrome directly, you can see the quality of report that it has created. It's almost like a website. So it says that breaking into Apple as a machine learning engineer. Current candidate readiness. is 35 out of 100, which is my resume score. You have role benchmarking. Let me zoom in a little so that you can see it clearly. You have following 5 people in your industry that works the best. You also get their LinkedIn, their account, common background patterns, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. These are the skills that you should have. Along with this, it has also added skills and tools breakdown and a detailed table of your strengths and critical gaps. These are all the must-have skills, which is LLM fine-tuning, Python, RAG, PyTorch. Being an AI engineer, I can confirm that these are the skills required to be eligible to get an interview in Google, Apple, or any other big MNC. You also have tools, platform, and stack. You can see that all of these are interactable as well. And now is the final best learning resources. You can click on any one of these and get redirected to the official resource. This is the power of Cowork. It has also included this tag, which is free and paid, which is super interesting if you are doing research on any of the course. You also have career path analysis, in which it has created this timeline where you are now, step 1, step 2, step 3, and much more. And this is the detailed analysis of Apple company. And now you also have recruiter behavior, top 5 contacts to reach out to. It has also attached the LinkedIn as well as the mail, which is super interesting. It was able to find it out through Apollo. And this is your final 3 action plan. Phase 1, Phase 2, and Phase 3. This is the report that Cowork was able to generate with the model Sonnet 4.6. It was able to interact with various applications, go to Google, and do the web research for you. On the other hand, if I had to show you the report that Gemini has created, if I click on export to docs, this is a pretty plain report that Gemini was able to create. Gemini couldn't create the HTML response because it can only interact with Google Docs or even create a text format. It says that strategic engineering analysis, these are all the tables. It's the same content, it's well formatted in a document format, but it's not in the HTML format. And in the prompt, we have specified HTML format. Along with this, another constraint with Gemini Deep Research was it was not able to interact with Apollo, because of which it couldn't find the LinkedIn and the email of following people from the Apollo directly. You have all these details, you have company and hiring insights. Let me zoom in a little so that you can see it clearly. You have robotic startups, recruiter behavior, project documentation, strategic, and much more. So this is the type of research that we used to get with the AI models. But with the agentic stuff and the agentic capabilities of these models and their ability to interact with different applications enables us to create the HTML formatted report, even create presentations out of it, and build something on top of it. And let me show you the report generated by Perplexity. So if I go to Perplexity, you can see that this is our report. If I zoom in a little, you can see that this is the report that it was able to generate using Claude's own model. So in between, it was changing between Opus 4.6 and Sonnet 4.6. It says Apple Machine Learning Engineer, Global Business Intelligence, Hyderabad. You have executive summary, you have job role. It has also added graphs for you. There are gap areas, role benchmarking, skills and tools breakdown, best learning resources. If I open any one of these, it's a direct link to my resource. On the left side, you can see that it has also given you a navigation bar. So it's completely like a website. So this is the quality of output that agentic tools and workflows can create. You have interview prep, recruiter insights, and much more. So from our final study, this was the report generated by Manus. It's a pretty HTML format. This was the report generated by Cowork. If I expand this on Google Chrome, you can see that this is a Cowork report. I really like the Cowork report and the final output because it was pretty well formatted, it had more information, and the details also made sense. Along with this, we also got a report from Perplexity. This was comparable to what Claude Cowork gave. But Gemini only gives you the document. It has included a lot of information inside this, which it was able to fetch by going to different websites. So this is how you use these agentic tools to come up with research, interact with your documents, and then help you create a report. And this is the pricing comparison between these models. For Gemini, you have a free plan in which there's a very limited research. For Manus, you have a plan of standard which is 1800 something, and same goes for Claude Cowork and Perplexity Computer. Now over to Ansh.
The use case that we showed you right now was the simplest, the easiest thing ever. At this point, these agentic tools are outsourcing so much of their work to LLMs that it's absolutely mind-boggling. In fact, we have a timeline of billions of dollars being wiped out from the stock market. On Jan 30th, when Claude Cowork released its plugins, most people thought that the Indian IT service model is going to get disappear forever. So we had Nifty IT down by 6.9%, 2 lakh crore rupees got wiped out. Why? Because most people are not even aware that these plugins can't really replace IT companies. They can help IT companies do better work, but again, because of unawareness, the sentiment got shook. On February 5th, Claude Opus 4.6 was released, which said that it can find vulnerabilities in your security system. So just like the IT companies, a lot of people thought that SAAS is dead, that cybersecurity stocks will go for a dip. That created an $830 billion cumulative loss. This is real money at stake. So all of your giants, your Salesforce, your Microsoft, your ServiceNow, all of them saw a free fall. Why? Because CEOs and in general managers panic when they see these AI tools do deterministic things, but they still don't understand that to get the best results out of agentic AI tools, you need a team of very smart human beings to execute those workflows. On February 17th, Claude Sonnet 4.6 released. It was mostly around enterprise use cases, and shares of Oracle dropped by 3.4% to around $154. Similar things happen to other stuff. At this point, Oracle is openly saying that we are about to fire thousands of people because we want to put our money into data centers. And I get where all of these companies are coming from, but I'm telling you, they're making a huge mistake by firing all of their people in this aggression. To use AI tools properly, you need to have human beings build systems, workflows, SOPs, and skills. If you think AI can run your entire business, you are essentially having the wrong approach from day number one. In fact, there's a new interesting trend coming in the market, and Jensen Huang recently mentioned that in future, you might get tokens as your salary. Which means that today, if your CTC includes your insurance, your healthcare, your HRA, moving forward, if you get a 1 lakh rupee job, maybe 30,000 rupees of that salary is just going to be tokens. Because at this point, the cost and the value of tokens is only going higher. And if companies start hiring people who are good at AI, they will check how well you're using these AI tools. In today's time, even if you buy an AI tool and if you use it poorly, nobody cares. But moving forward, when the cost of tokens go really high, every company is going to monitor how their employees are using AI. What are they using it for? Why is a certain employee exhausting more credits than the other employee? So just like electricity, just like water, just like every other resource we have on the planet, even tokens are going to become a very, very valuable resource. And if you want to stay relevant, it's not just about using AI tools, it's also about using them in the right way and in the proper way. If you align with any of the pointers that I've said in this video, let us know in the comment section. Do not forget to click on the subscribe button. I hope that you're taking care of your mind and body. This was your instructor, Ansh Mehra, and you are learning from the Cutting Edge School.